Hi all, Josh Denbeaux, New Jersey consumer rights attorney here again. Listen, as you know, I've been tracking a lot of legislative and legal developments, and I want to talk now about not about the state level, but at the federal level, because at the federal level, the government is doing its absolute best to not help you at all. And they're being extremely successful in their efforts here. And I mean specifically the executive branch here. There is one part, I know Congress is negotiating and trying to get a bailout done, and that it's eventually going to be done. And I sure hope it's based on consumers, not based on giving money to business, because I don't think that's going to trickle down to people. If it doesn't go to people, they're going to get laid off. We're going to be in a mess. I don't see how that's a solution, but this is not a political polemic, except that the executive branch is really, really turning its back on you, and that's not politics. That's just fact. But there's one area in which the current holder of the executive office in the White House doesn't have complete control, and that's of housing. And the Fair Housing Act is run by the FHFA. It doesn't really matter what it stands for. It's part of the Fair Housing Act, and what they've done is they've announced two things. One, all foreclosures are going to be suspended for 60 days, and two, they're going to require all the mortgage servicers who service these type of loans to offer 12 months of forbearance to qualifying people affected by COVID. Now, at last I checked, qualifying people affected by COVID would be every single person with an applicable mortgage in the state of New Jersey and pretty much anywhere in the entire country. This only applies to government-backed mortgages, and the only mortgages that are government-backed are the FHA mortgage loans. And you know you have an FHA mortgage loan if you pay PMI, private mortgage insurance. There are private PMI mortgages, but they are almost non-existent. So if you paid PMI, you have an FHA loan. If you're not certain, go look at your loan documents. If you have an FHA loan, call your mortgage servicer and say, I want my 12 months. I want my 12 months of forbearance. Call them, write them. Oh, calling them is good, but writing them is crucial. And when you write them, you cannot just write them a letter. You have to send it in a way that you know, number one, that you can prove you sent it, and two, that they received it. That's by email or certified mail return receipt requested or some other fashion where you know they got the letter. This is so important. Keep track of your communications with your mortgage servicer. And if you have an FHA mortgage, call them immediately. Tell them you want your 12 months if you're affected by COVID, and you were. So let's just get started on this. Start protecting yourself. I don't know how long this is going to be. I could see the executive branch rescinding this once the White House figures out what's happening, because this is going to affect the bottom line of the FHA, and that's not something I think they're going to tolerate or want to tolerate, even though I think they're going to have to eventually. But make your call right away. Take advantage. Okay? COVID is wrecking people's financial lives. If you had 12 months off of your mortgage, you might be in a much, much better place to get through this. All right? Be strong, be safe, be smart. Talk soon.